Hey, welcome back to another episode from Life for Living Well. My name is Richard. Before I dive into the topic for us this week, I'd like to say if you'd like to know one or two things about the community Life for Living Well, you can find out more on our website at www.lifeforlivingwell.com. And if you'd like to receive weekly articles that we release, and most of those articles is also the podcast. The podcast is just a snapshot of the whole article. You don't need to pay anything. You don't need to give all your details. You just need to provide an email address, and then you will be the first person that will receive the article released that week before even the podcast comes. So if it's something that you would like to digest by reading it as well, so it won't take you 1 to 2 minutes article that we try to release as well. So let's dive into it. Firstly, I've took 2 weeks offline, and just to regenerate the energy, the focus, and able to sort out 1 or 2 things for relatives. And now I'm back fresh and focused and motivated to continue to do as best I can give. So let's dive into it. The topic today is what I call what I've learned from setting intentions. And the individual that I will be taking the quotation from is called Za, S-Z-A. So how does it put what I'm trying to relate this week together? So they put it this way: I don't have any control over what actually happens, except for that I have full control over my own will for myself, my intention, and why I'm there. That's all that matters. And it's true. So by the time I finish the podcast for this current podcast, you begin to relating what Zah is actually saying in context. So let's dive into it. So imagine in today's world, our mind is bombarded from many directions, and it happens every few minutes. Unfortunately, many people are very unconscious of this. It look like they've been programmed, and those programs subconsciously is being controlled. What they do, how they think, what they feel, how they feel. And it takes a lot of intentional behavior, intentional action to take a step back and also be a observer of the event. So despite the plethora of distractions, it often feels like it's never enough. So by the time you finish one thing, your mind is racing to start another thing, and you wanted to move from one place to another. So creating focused work with minimal distractions has become increasingly difficult. Sometimes when I decided to write what to do for a day, it could be mostly something that I do end of the evening when I finish the day for that work for that day. And I also keep a journal book that I wrote what I've done really well, what I can improve the next day. And when I now put the things that I can do for the next day, I think about it. I'm also trying to put a priority on those things. But most importantly, I wanted to make sure that I use 20% of my effort to complete 80% of my tasks. Because those 20% of my effort will do a lot with things that I need to do for that day. In reality, it's always a challenge to measure 20% of effort to also feel comfortable that satisfactorily I got all the 80% done. Many days it's really difficult to get it done because of the other demand for your resources and time. It could be your line manager that asks you to go and take a look at things that is not even in your list, but it's more important for the business to do at that moment. Or it could be your family that call you that to pick them up, or someone sick that you need to respond to. So if you care enough to evaluate how you spend your day, auditing how the hours are spent can become an elusive exercise. But if you setting intention regarding a particular goal or the unique power and can generate significant energy and measurable results. So because it's not just put it in your head what you intend to do, you're able to also write it down, obviously. Thinking about it, set a priority to it. This is high priority, this is a medium priority, this is a low priority. And you tackle it based on the high priority, that you finish all the high priority tasks on your list first, and then you move on to the another one. Isn't it that wonderful things to do? But why we don't do this often? So it is easy to caught up in trying to control things beyond your reach, such as the mind, event, and other people. But without clear intention, we definitely risk to attracting more problems and wasting opportunities every day. Because if you just wake up, I have a friend, every time I ask him, especially on Friday for weekend, what are you doing for weekend? So he will say, I'm going with the flow. So on Monday when I ask him again, how was your weekend? He say, it goes so quick. So I'm trying to connect two things together here. First, my friend didn't have any intention for his weekends. Your intention might be not to do anything. So you just say, no, I'm not doing anything. I'm just going to be. Your intention may be to do something. Maybe you do your gardening. Maybe you clean up your house. Or maybe you bring somebody else to do it. Maybe you're driving across the countryside with your family. So many things you can do. And you can say that I don't want to do anything. And that is fine. But is also setting intentions. So when you now leave chunk of space available in your space, what will happen that something else will take a home in that space without your own influence or control on it. If you are happy for that space to be taken, that will be part of your intentions. So what I notice is successful individuals often set clear intentions daily, which becomes a crucial habit for them. You will sit down with a small notebook in their pocket. Some use their phone. So over the past 5 years, personally, I've learned a lot from setting intentions daily. And I've developed several positive traits as a result. So let's examine some of the traits I noticed in myself, and I've noticed by reading autobiography of most successful people, and I've noticed in people in my close circle of friends that they also live their life based on setting intentions every day. Number one, consistency. And in order to make anything happen in this world, you have to take a lot of micro actions. And those micro actions, you have to be consistent about it. If you just do it once and you never go back there, there's no way you're going to be good at it. There's no way you're going to make the impact that is visible to you or the others. So number one, consistency. Over time, setting intention become a routine, increasing commitment and determination. So that takes me to number two. Number two, responsibility and accountability. You become the main driver of change you want to see. You no longer blaming external factors like people, events, lack of skills, or opportunities. Because the more you set your intentions, the more opportunity you create, or you put yourself in a place where the opportunity will find you. Number three, resilience. You develop the ability to bounce back from setback and maintain determination to achieve your goals. Number four, achievement. You achieve measurable results against your stated or written goals. So because it's easy to measure your goal, your intention now, you will see it when you manifest it, when you create it, when you make it happen. You'll be able to measure what you write down and how you write down. I used to write my goals and I put it on the wall. Now I don't put them on the wall, I put it in my diary. I have goal for 1 year, I have goal for 2 years, I have goal for 5 years, I even have a goal for 10 years. Goal for 10 years change over time as I change myself. But what I notice is that sometimes it seems like I'm an overachieve. But if I never put this down, it's going to be very difficult to measure against it. That this is how I see myself, and this is what I'm going to do, or these are the actions I plan to take to make this happen. In my career, in my business, in my family, in my relationships, in my finances, and these are different goals that are set. And I have intentions of the result that I want to get from it, and the actions for my own part to take, because there's no point of writing things down without taking the right actions. And micro actions lead to real outcomes. And lastly, self-awareness. When you start to write your intention down and what you wanted to make happen, when you begin to write it down, another powerful thing that will shift in your subconscious is self-awareness. Many people are not aware of their own patterns of behaviors, thoughts, actions, because they've been get distracted with their mind, with the event outside them or event within them. They are not aware why they say they're going to do A, but they always do B. It could be the B is actually what they really like, but they never even aware of it to the point of even examining it by thinking, why did I like B? Or why did I always sabotage myself? If you put down priority 1, priority 2, priority 3, why did you start with priority 3? Is it because it's so easy? Is it because it's what you actually like to do? So, self-awareness, without taking much of our time, setting intention provides an opportunity to connect with yourself for deeper growth. Socrates famously said, an unexamined life is not worth living. So when you are not aware why you are doing what you are doing, or what is the reason why you felt the way you felt, it's really difficult for you to make any influence on your own behavior, on your own actions. You will not realize how powerful you are as a being, as a person. Finally, embrace the practice of setting your intentions, either in the evening or in the morning before your day begins. Successful individuals often set specific intentions. They are very specific in what they are doing for that particular day. It could be 2 or 3 things. They will get it done first, and any other thing will come into it. Lacking direction or motivation can be detrimental for your growth. Taking appropriate action is essential with limited time each day. Why waste it on things that don't contribute to where you want to be in a few months or years? So I hope this message helps someone. And as I said, let's begin to write our intention down. Let's make it daily habit. And let's do it in a way that helps us to grow. I hope this message helps someone. Until we meet again, please stay safe and have a wonderful week. Ciao.